All right. Let me get this going. All right, you guys, welcome to Plexus. Meet Plexus. I am so excited to just share with you a little bit tonight about Plexus. And the first thing you need to know is that right here on this call, this is our Wellness Warrior community. So one of the best parts of Plexus is the community that we have here. And you're going to see all these fun pictures of our team on different trips with Plexus. We've been on cruises, we've had 80s parties, we've been to Mexico, we've been to Hawaii, we've been to conventions, all of the things. And we get so many fun pictures together. It's like a work trip, but it's kind of also a girls' trip. And that is this community. We work really hard so that we can have a lot of fun together as we share Plexus with others. So, a little bit about my story, and then we're going to come back to the slideshow. My name is Tracy, and I have been taking Plexus for almost 10 years. It's been about 9.5 years. And I just want to rewind a little bit to where I was when I was introduced to Plexus. I was a new mom. I had a 1-year-old son, and I was thriving in motherhood until I wasn't. I don't know if any of y'all have ever felt that way before, where you're all of a sudden just like, what is happening? I had stopped breastfeeding. I was thrown into post-weaning depression, which is a thing. I gained 20 pounds in 4 months. I was a shadow of myself, and I did not recognize myself when I looked in the mirror. And the scary part is everybody in my life knew something was wrong, but nobody knew how to help me. And I think that's what we do so often as moms. We just accept this like new normal. And so I went to the doctor because that's what I knew to do. And I was told that I could go on different medications that could help, birth control, anxiety meds, weight loss meds. And I really just had to pump the brakes because while I'm not against medication, I'd never needed to be on anything like that before. And so I wanted to explore some more natural options. It was at that point where I saw my friend sharing about Plexus. She was sharing about how it helped her with her PCOS, her postpartum, so many different hormone things. And then she tied it all together by talking about gut health, y'all. I did not know what gut health was. I had taken vitamins for pregnancy, and that was about it. And so when she was connecting UTIs, weight gain, anxiety, depression, insomnia, a white fuzzy tongue, body odor, like all of these things, I was like, light bulb, this is exactly what I'm struggling with because it wasn't one issue. It was all of these seemingly different things, but they were connected. And that made sense to me. And we're going to talk a little bit about the products in just a second, but that is where I started on Plexus. I was really skeptical. I was super glad that they had a 60-day money back guarantee because I honestly didn't know if the products were going to work. But I can tell you, in just about a week, I noticed I was sleeping better at night. I was waking up rested. I found myself playing with Play-Doh with my son. That was something that hadn't happened in months. And then the craziest thing happened. My husband got home from work. I had dinner cooked. I asked him if I could go for a walk real quick, like he could handle the house. And he just looked at me and he was like, oh my gosh, you're back. Like, oh my gosh. Like, is that the pink drink? Like, he literally is looking at me like he's seen a ghost. And I was like, I don't know, but I feel like myself again. I feel like myself again. And that felt really good. And now, almost 10 years later, I am still here because this not only saved me from the path I was headed down, it is now my plan for wellness. It is my plan for longevity. It is my plan for health. I had surgery last year. I've had 2 babies since then. And Plexus is always the foundation for everything good in my health and for my continued health to progress towards the wellness I want. And so now I'm going to share with you a little bit about the products because hopefully you're like, okay, what is it? What is it? So let me share this with you. Why Plexus? If you're like I was, maybe you said, I don't need supplements. I'm fine. I eat healthy. Like, I didn't eat terribly before I started on Plexus. I ate out sometimes, and sure, I made cookies from time to time, and we had Chick-fil-A every now and again, but it wasn't like I was binging on fried foods and all these things that I had been taught were bad. But then I started experiencing these things. I had no energy. I was craving sugar like crazy. I would make break and bake cookies for like 3 days and I would eat like half of them. I got sick all the time with strep throat and UTIs. All of these things were me. And I think the thing that I was so confused about is they seemed like they were disconnected. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way where you're experiencing these different things and you're like, they're separate issues. But the cool thing about gut health is they bring them together. The thing I love about Plexus is it really paired well with me wanting to make better choices. Nothing artificial in the drinks or the supplements that we have. No genetically modified ingredients, no preservatives, no hormones, no food dyes, all the things. And y'all, they are made right here in the USA. Now, they are sourced in the places where they are best sourced. And I loved it. I went to corporate and I asked, why can't we say they're like a USA product, right? And they said, well, because like we don't source our star fruit from America. America doesn't have good star fruit. We go to like Cambodia or Thailand or wherever they do have star fruit, and that's where we source it. But all of them are made in the USA and they are backed by science.
Here's a number that made me realize that we have a gut health crisis hiding in plain sight. 40% of Americans say that their bowels disrupt their daily lives.
40%?
15% of Americans have irritable bowel syndrome. 3 out of 4 Americans can't poop in a public restroom. 1 out of 3 struggle to go to the bathroom on vacation.
I have wanted to do an episode on this topic for years. Gut issues, bloating, constipation, gas, IBS, and yes, you and I, we're going to talk about poop. Oh yes, we're going there. Today's guest is one of the...
You guys, this is gut health. It is coming to the forefront of so many networks, podcasts, talk shows, TV shows, because people are making this gut health connection. 90% of mood and energy is created in the gut. If you're struggling with IBS, leaky gut, bloating, inflammation, any of those types of things, it is impacting your mood. Your inflammation starts in the gut. Your weight management starts in the gut. In fact, I often tell people, a lot of people will come to Plexus and they want weight loss. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But what I want you to know is a lot of times people will lose weight and they will not fix their gut. And what happens when they change their plan? They gain it all right back. This gets to the root issues of gut health, which allows you to lose weight in a healthy way. And 80% of your health is in your immune system. So where do people start with Plexus? Most people start with one of our 2 most popular combos. The gut health system is my favorite. It's where I started almost 10 years ago, and it has been the foundation for everything that I have done in Plexus. These 3 products are clinically proven to help your gut heal. Now, what makes it unique is a lot of people will say, well, I just go get a high quality probiotic, or I, take my greens, and that's all great things. But most of us actually have really bad stuff in our gut that we need to remove. And this probiotic, Probio5, has digestive enzymes and antifungals paired with a probiotic to really get the bad out. And that is what makes this really unique. The BioCleanse is a magnesium, vitamin C, gentle cleanse that helps remove the bad. And the pink drink, y'all, is incredible. This is actually patented from Plexus. It is a gut health drink. It has a prebiotic in there that's going to balance your blood sugar, and it's got all of the ingredients that's going to help curb your cravings, which is really, really important. It's colored with beets and it's sweetened naturally. That's our gut health system. And this right here is my friend Amber. And y'all, this is what we call the gut health glow up. How many of you feel like you're carrying some inflammation in your face? I did. I felt it. I looked like Amber. I had squinty eyes and I had round cheeks. And now it has cleaned so much of the inflammation out of my face. And you can see the same right here with our other friends. One of the things that excites me the most about Plexus is our new product. You guys, we have a doctor of Chinese medicine who is on staff at Plexus as our head scientist, and we are staying at the forefront of gut health as we grow to becoming the #1 gut health company in the world. Our newest product is called Armor, and it is taking the gut health world by storm. It is a colostrum, and it has L-glutamine, it has prebiotics, and it is an A2 colostrum. Do y'all know what A2 means? It means that if you have trouble digesting lactose, you can still take this and it will not mess with your digestive system. This product, you can see here in the picture, psoriasis gone. Gone. I am telling y'all, my bathroom habits have they were way improved with Plexus. They have way improved even more. And here's a testimony of somebody with a gallbladder removal who has had no stomach issues since starting on Armor, like none. And y'all, this is just the incredible thing. It comes in, and I was saying the triplex, the gut health system, it removes the bad out of your system. This actually heals your gut lining. And that is where truly the magic happens. All right, like I mentioned, the gut health system is my foundation. So based on your goals, your friend who invited you might recommend a supplement stack, an add-on to really help you achieve the goals you have. Maybe it's anxiety or weight loss or inflammation or, you just need more protein, things like that. They're going to make that recommendation based on whatever your main goals are. So this just kind of gives you an idea of some of the add-on products we have. And now I want to talk about weight loss, because the reality of the situation is we are in a culture where we are around a lot of people who want to lose weight, and chances are you've been there a time or two before also. We actually have a GLP-1 support system. And what I love about this is that it is actually working with your body instead of against it. A lot of people don't realize that the GLP-1 shots that are all the rage right now are actually suppressing your body's natural GLP-1. It's putting GLP-1 in, which actually tells your body, don't produce this. And then I'm sure you've probably seen friends, or maybe you've experienced yourself, when they stop the shot, things go back up. Things aren't good. They're really weak. They don't have muscle. Their bones are not as dense. There's some really hard things that are happening right now. And what I love about this system is it's 3 products, and it works to activate your GLP-1 from the inside out so that your body can really work for you. This is my friend Alita and my friend Megan, and y'all, they are both postpartum moms. They've had babies in the last year, and these are their results on the GLP-1 system. And I love this because they are both new moms, and they felt confident taking these products and allowing it to fuel their bodies well. So it is the Slim, it is the Restore, and it is the Balance. And you heard me talk about the pink drink. This is what we call our purple drink. So where do people start with Plexus? Like I said, usually you start with one of these 3 options: the gut health system, the GLP-1 support system, or if all of that sounds good to you, my favorite option is this gut health and GLP-1 system, because you're really going to focus on activating your GLP-1 and healing your body from the inside out. And that is just really, really good for your body. So now, you guys, I am going to kick it to my friend Mary Carmen, because I want you to hear another story.
Thank you, Tracy. Yes, and I know we have a limited time. I love to talk, but I want to put it in like a capsule, okay? When I saw my friend Tracy share about the reset, that's what got my attention, because I was into weight loss, not feeling well. I had just had my 4th baby. That was like 3 years ago. And I didn't know this woman. I didn't know Tracy. I just saw her before and after. And all I could think of was, oh, detox. Okay, maybe I need that, because I was eating well. I was already doing exercises as I could, because I was in a lot of pain, by the way. And I had just turned 40. So all of those things were like around, right? Oh, you just gave birth to a baby. And I was like, but it's been a year and a half. So why I still feel like I'm gaining weight rather than losing weight? And then the 40s, right? Well, you get used to it. 40s are the worst. So welcome to the club. And so all of that was in my head, thinking there has to be a better way. This cannot be it, because I was not feeling good, like my weight. I was just gaining weight. My knees were hurting, but in my head, I just couldn't be myself. I couldn't understand why I was feeling just not like Mary Carmen, like I was just another woman. So anyway, so it got my attention. I gave it a try, because what Tracy said at the beginning, I don't know if you caught that, but she said the 60-day money guarantee back. That's what got me thinking, oh, all right, I got nothing to lose here, because I was really skeptical. I was like, I don't know if this is going to work, one of those products. So when she said that, it really gave me green light to just go ahead and give it a try. You have nothing to lose, but you're going to try this well for those 60 days and then prove to her that it didn't work. Well, actually, it did work. And that on day 2 is when I saw my energy increase. I was doing a 3-day reset and my energy was up the roof. My kids even noticed. I was running when I would go to the soccer practice to sit down to just chat with the other soccer moms. Well, that day I was not doing that. I was actually running on the tennis court that was next to it. I was like, what's happening? So I couldn't even understand it. It was so exciting. And I remember that day. So anyways, I fell in love in those 3 days. The fog, the mental fog. Have you ever felt that you have like this, can't think very well, and all of a sudden you can see? That's what happened. And then Tracy was telling me about the gut health system, and at that time I really didn't understand very well what gut health was. So I just went ahead, like I said, I was going to give it a try for 60 days, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and do the thing. And I did the thing, and I felt incredible. Not only I was starting to, lose weight, slowly but surely, but I was feeling alive. I was feeling myself again. And that is like everything, right? So that's my story. I mean, in like a little capsule, because I guess I can tell you details about this thing. I fell in love with it. And then the other thing about my story is when she told me, you could like have an opportunity here to actually create some income for your family. Guys, I was not really interested in that, but when she told me that that's what she was doing, and I was pretending that like I didn't care, but I care, and I'm like, can you tell me more? That's what got my attention too, because I said, I've been praying for something for this, time. I was making cakes, making cookies, decorating the cakes, making everything. I'm a yoga instructor, but I couldn't really teach yoga because I wasn't feeling very well. All of the things to create a little bit of help for my family. But when she said this, and then I saw how much she was making at the time, I was like, can you tell me a little bit more about this? Because nobody told me this 10 years ago. Like I could have been making a lot of money right now if I knew this. So that's how I saw that, right? That opportunity. And Tracy helped me. That's the great thing about this, that she told me, you're not alone. This is the system. I'm going to help you. And we're going to get there. And it's not like, oh my gosh, yes, you're going to make a ton of money right away. That was clear from the beginning. So thank you, Tracy. It's not like you just told me this incredible story. It was like, no, you're going to work to get there. Are you willing to do that? And I said, yes, I'm willing to do that. So I did, and I am so excited because you know what? I think it was 3 or 4 months into this whole thing that I earned my first cruise. I took my husband on a cruise for free, and I never been on a cruise before. I was so excited. I was shaking when I got the news because I didn't understand. Like, I thought this is something that people up there will, I didn't know that someone like new like me will get this, but I did. And so after that, it was trip after trip after trip, and it's been incredible. It's been a blessing for my mental health, for my body, and I get to help other women. So that's the most fun part about this, the community. These ladies that are here, a bunch of you guys are now my friends, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Mary, thank you so much for sharing your story. I'll never forget, y'all. Right after she started on Plexus, she went to a family vacation for spring break to San Antonio, and she's eating all the things. She gets home and she weighs herself and she didn't gain weight, and she calls me and she's like, what is happening? I just ate all the Mexican food, all the sweets, all the treats, and I got home, I didn't gain any weight. And I was like, are you mad? Or are you happy? I can't tell. And she was like, I'm happy, but I don't understand. And I was like, did you take your products? She said, yeah. And I said, girl, that's gut health. That's gut health. And so that's the best part. I'm going to share a few more slides because you guys, one of my favorite things about Plexus is that we are a network marketing company. Now, back in the day, I thought that meant people just randomly added you to parties. They try to sell things to you on the street corners. And I didn't really understand it. But now that I do, I love this model when it is done well. And let me tell you, Plexus does it well. So what do? We use it, we share it, we love it, we teach it. Plexus has over 30 products to create a full wellness store where you can shop from and your friends and family can shop from. So what makes Plexus different? Unique products. You guys, we have a patent on Slim Microbiome. We have a vision of becoming the #1 gut health company in the world over the next 12 years. We are headed to incredible places. We have consumable products. A lot of network marketing companies don't sell consumable products. And so you're constantly having to find new customers. I know when I've supported friends, I maybe ordered once every 6 months from them, and it was usually to help them do something. That's not how it works here at Plexus. At Plexus, we have supplements that are a 30-day supply. So as you are helping your friends, they are becoming consistent customers that really give you a residual business you can rely on. The other thing is that these products are transformational. You heard my story, you heard Mary's story, you've likely seen the story of the friend who invited you. Our lives are not the same because where health is involved, you are the best version of yourself. The other pieces to this are the real structure of the business. If you've ever done network marketing before, this makes us very unique. Plexus offers profit sharing for its ambassadors. This is one, how they can really make ambassadors like the most considered decision that they have. The second thing that it does is it keeps our company debt free. Plexus is debt free. We are privately owned. We do not answer to a board. And that allows our presidents, founders, our C-suite team to make the best decisions for the company, the ambassadors, and the customers. And I love that because they're not answering to anybody, but the company does profit share. And that leads to number 5, the star burst model. We are not a company where you have to balance legs. You can only have certain legs. You have to build your own commissions up really, really high. You guys, it's the starburst model. It's the starburst model. So I have about 40 to 50 level 1 customers. About 7 to 8 of those have shared and started their own businesses. And all of that creates the income that is now providing for my family and that is now providing for their families as they build their own starburst. But the thing I love about this, it is so fluid. It's so fluid and it's so simple. You're not having to think. All you get to do is help people. And then the payment, you guys, we get paid literally every day. Plexus offers next day pay. So say you were to go refer your mom tonight, after you get started, you would literally get paid tomorrow once you upgrade to brand ambassador. It is absolutely incredible. So let's talk a little bit about what we're working for. It's our own dreams. You guys, I worked hard for a long time as a graphic designer for an ad agency towards my boss's dreams. He wanted his own company. He wanted to have high-end clients, and I was a great employee. Now I'm a great employee working for myself, working towards my own dreams. I did want to be home. I didn't necessarily want to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be an at-home mom. I actually really like to work, but I wanted to work on my own terms. And that is something that this has given me. I am now a Sapphire ambassador with Plexus. And if you're on this team, go ahead and comment in the chat what rank you're at. Because what I want you to know is there is so much possible. We have senior rubies, emeralds, rubies, golds, silvers, senior silvers, all here. And it really comes down to impact. What type of impact do you want to make here? So what are the first steps? Maybe you're like, okay, I want to start with the products. Maybe you're sitting there and you're hearing and you're like, you know what? I think I want to start with the products, but that income opportunity sounds like it might be an answered prayer. Regardless of where you're at, the first step is to order your wellness bundle. So whether it's the gut health system or the gut health and GLP-1 system, wherever you want to start, that is the first step. After that, if you are wanting to go down that path of sharing, you can share with 3 friends. And that's how we start here at Plexus. And it is so simple, you guys. Your sponsor is here as a partner for you. You are never alone. And I think that was my favorite part. I thought I would kind of have to figure this out on my own, and I never did. In fact, your friend who invited you probably already started a 3-way message with their sponsor just so you could get to know someone else and hear somebody else's story in Plexus. And so that's where we're going to end tonight. Is it's time for you to decide what next step you want to take, whether it's just with the products or if it's with the products and seeing what this income opportunity is all about. But no matter what, I am so glad that you came here to meet Plexus. I hope that you're leaving here with a better idea of what you can expect along the way. And I hope that we'll see you in the future, because let me tell you, this right here is the best team in Plexus. And we are having a huge impact and we are going a lot of places. And we hope you'll be a part of that with us. So I am going to end the recording. And then